Right, so if you guys missed the Behind the Sims Project Rene update, here we go. I'm about to update you guys, and you're gonna have your socks blown off. So if you're unaware of what's going on in the Sims world, we're all currently waiting for an infant update. They said early 2023. They also, in the last Sims Summit update, they also told us we were getting 2 expansion packs at some point. And then we've had the kits sort of released, or that's been exposed. We know what they are. But this is kind of a little update on where we are with Project Rene, which is The Sims 5. And we've also had an update on what's going on with infants. So I'm going to tell you that. Oh, and we've had a teaser for the expansion pack. It's getting all super serious. Right. Oh, I can't breathe. Right. So yeah. Here we go. Behind the Sims. So yeah, this was a live stream earlier today. Wahoo!
Soul Simmers, hello!
So!
Welcome to Behind the Sims, our new community series dedicated to giving you peeks into all that's happening across the Sims franchises. More news on updates, more sneak peeks, more deep dives into game development, including Project Rene, just more.
Nice.
I'm Mercy from the Sims team.
I also want that cushion.
You through all the exciting news and the latest updates on all that's going on behind the scenes. Excuse me, behind the Sims. Up until the next Sims Summit. During this time, we're going to talk Project Rene, The Sims Mobile, The Sims Freeplay, and The Sims 4. But before we jump in, let's take a moment to look back on what's been going on these past few months within the Sims universe.
Grimmy.
This is called the official mod hub.
Oh yeah, we got the mod hub. This is just kind of like a little wind back on what's been going on.
Huge for the content creators, CC creators.
Ooh, it is so exciting.
To be fair, I don't use CC, so I've not used the hub yet.
Oh my gosh, it's giving.
Yeah,
so
I think this is Project Rene.
Special guest who's coming to join us to talk to us about the next generation of The Sims, Project Rene. Some of you may know him as Sim Guru Grant, but I'm happy to formally introduce him to you all as the game director for Project Rene, Grant Rodiak. Hey, Grant.
Hey, Mercy. How are you doing? Good to be here.
Grant, relax. You're good. We're good.
So yeah, they get like a developer in, one of the Sim Gurus, and
what's going on? What's the? Yeah, let's just get to the.
And they talk about what they're going to be doing next with Project Rene. We're still years off though.
What's going on with Project Rene right now?
We are absolutely thrilled to finally put this experience in the hands of some of our players. Well, a small part of the experience.
In my hands.
What we're doing is
my hands, please.
Play testing, and this is just the start of an incredibly long journey.
I want to play test,
there's
please.
There's a lot to do, and I'm talking years out, but it is exciting. We're moving, and things are finally starting to happen.
Ooh, playtesting. So for those who are new to the gaming sphere, what is playtesting and what did you explore with this first playtest for Project Rene?
It's a good question. So with Project Rene, we want to develop this hand in hand with our players from the very beginning. So we're trying to take small snippets of the game, share it with a limited number of people, and find out what works, what's fun, what's too complicated, what needs to be revised. So what we did this time was something we call apartment customization, where we took what a lot of you know as build or buy mode.
Okay.
So you can place
build buy
furniture,
mode,
move it around, but you can also go deeper on individual pieces of furniture. So this couch you have here, you could change the colors, you could change the pattern, you could change the material, you could change the parts, you could change the size.
You can change the parts and the size. So that's something, because when he was describing what we can do with the furniture, I was like, well, that's very Sims 3. Like, we could change the material, we could change the color, and the size. Not the size, the pattern. But the parts and the size, we couldn't do that in Sims 3. So that means, like, I suppose if we've got a couch and we want it to have, like, I don't know, it's a 3-seater instead of a 2-seater, we could probably do that. And then by parts, I don't really know what he means by that. I put different legs on it, does he mean?
We let players do that. You could also do this in multiplayer with.
Or does he mean cushions? Fuck knows.
And then all of your creations can be shared, uploaded, downloaded. So
and then yeah, you've got the multiplayer stuff.
Back end. All of this on both mobile and PC. It's a lot, and it's been a really fun, test to get started on.
I want to ask a little bit more about the playtest, but I do want to come back to like a lot of points that you called out. So starting with PC and mobile, you guys showed that cross-platform compatibility. And with The Sims being such a large game, there's some concerns that it might be a little bit of a, I guess, shallower experience. So how are you navigating taking that from a PC system to now a mobile device?
This is a huge challenge. But the thing that excites us so much is that we can basically remove the barriers to play for The Sims. So what we mean by this is that you can have that deep dive at home on.
Right, here we go. Now we got some footage. So yeah, this is very much like Sims 3. So you can change the material. You can pick like a wood pattern or a metal or something. And then you can go into pattern and change it like colors and stuff. So this was very much like Sims 3. And you could match all your woods. So I'm glad that this is coming back. Obviously, it looks a lot better than the Sims 3 one. It's in circles, not squares. Might be like the bed where they were changing the shape of the footboard. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, very true. Very true.
On your PC, play for 4 hours, change every
Changing the
single
arms
thing
on it.
about a piece of furniture that you imagine, typing in RGB
Yeah,
values.
and then you've got the color wheel. So yeah, this is very much Sims 3 to
changing
me,
every single part,
which I'm
So
glad
that's the
has
PC
come back.
experience. That's that
I miss
true,
this.
rich experience that you're used to. But then on the go, you can grab your phone, and maybe it's a different experience. Maybe you're grabbing archetypes, pre-selecting templates, or grabbing the stuff that you've already created. What this means is that you can now play The Sims wherever you are, without barriers, without restrictions.
I've never had this as a problem. Like, I've never been out of my house and thought, oh, you know what? I want to go into Sims and play it for a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, one, that must drain your phone battery. I'm thinking, like, what is this going to be like for phone battery? And two, I've never had that need. I don't know. I've never thought I'm building something.
that's really
I need to go on my
powerful.
phone right now and finish it.
That is exciting. So let's say I'm like inspired by
I
you
don't
right
know.
now, and I take out my phone, create you now, think you look really cool, and then take that creation of you and actually like play with this creation of you on my PC.
100%.
Like, I've never thought that. I've never thought like, oh my god, I need to create my friend as I'm looking at them in Sims right now, and then I can go to my PC and create a Sims story for them. I don't know. I've never had that. Yeah, I thought it was a very odd.
The idea is that
Like,
we can
it's not a
customize each
necessity to me,
platform
is this?
to match the play style, the person, and what they're doing and when. And again, that's really exciting. It's very difficult. It's not easy. It's something we have to figure out.
It doesn't
It's
feel
really,
like we
really
needed
exciting
to
for us.
develop
So
this.
It's one of the challenges we're trying to take on.
I agree. That is super exciting. I'm telling you, I would play The Sims all day, and with Project Rene, it sounds like you're giving me like,
Oh, yeah, actually, that's a better example. If you're on a long train. Okay, yeah, so if I was getting the train to, say, London, and it's 2 hours, because, yeah, you've even got a charger. Okay, I think the only time I may use this is on a train. That's a good idea. That's a good example. Maybe he should have said that rather than, you know, when you're looking after your kids, but you don't want to look after your kids and you don't want to be there. Play on your phone. Okay, I like the train idea. That's a good idea. Long distance
so I'm
travel.
thrilled. But I actually also want to ask a little bit about the multiplayer experience. The Sims historically has been pretty much a single player game outside of like Sims Busting Out and the Sims on ending discussion on whether, you know,
I don't
the
know if
next
any of you
iteration
guys
the
wanted
evolution of
multiplayer in
should
Sims,
be
because I
multiplayer
didn't.
or single player. So I'm very curious to learn, like, where's Project Rene landing in there?
Project Rene can be both. So this is a big deal. But
Yeah.
the reality is that, yes,
I'm glad
we
that
know
it
our
doesn't have
players
to be
want
multiplayer.
to have that intimate, personal experience where they're exploring stories and ideas in single player, but there are also really
glad
cool
there's a
things you can do with
choice.
others where you can share, create.
Right. So yeah, we also have pattern choices. Sorry, every time they're describing like the multiplayer thing, I'm just like, wait, you're showing me more footage. And yeah, this was like where you can see other people's usernames wandering about while you're playing.
with your friends, the people that you want. We think we could
And then this is the whole thing that where you link items together, it creates like a group.
be both. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that Project Rene is not an MMO. It is not this
Yeah, I'm
public
glad it's
shared
not.
space where everything you do is always with other people. You could play on
Oh,
your
whether
own,
you need
on
to be
your terms,
online?
And then again, when you want, on
Or
your
maybe you
terms,
would
can
to maybe
invite others to
update
come
the
and play
cloud,
with you.
but maybe you could
That's the
disconnect and then
structure that we're
reconnect to the
pursuing, and I
internet.
think that's really cool and perfect for The Sims.
Maybe.
I love that for me. Because I'm a pretty social person, and I would be very, very excited to play with friends. But there's also times where it's like, I'm going to disappear into my own story and kind of like do my own thing. So I think that's super exciting to know that you're looking for Project Rene to do both.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the multiplayer thing is going to be this novelty, new functionality that at first I'm going to be really excited, and we could get on a Discord call and like go into each other's builds and it'd be really funny. But I think after about a month, I'd be like, no, get out of my house.
So my last question. What's
It would be chaos. It would. It would.
You know,
It would be funny.
play test,
When it comes out, Kira.
I'm kidding. Not releasing next month. But where are we at in this journey for Project Rene, and what can players expect to see in the months and years ahead?
Yeah, so right now we are really focused on analyzing our recent playtests so that we can use that information to make the game better. We have a long path ahead of us to make Project Rene awesome, but like right now, we need to introduce our tools to our players in a better fashion. We need to make the mobile experience more accessible, and we need to continue to experiment with how we can curate and recommend UGC content that other players have made to other players so that you find the best stuff that will make your game better. So there's a lot there that we need to figure out to put into our current build. So again, it's really early days. We are trying to analyze our last test and really see what we learned and what we could do about it to make the game better. So you can expect regular updates from Project Rene in summits. We're going to keep talking to you, keep sharing. We also have more tests coming out where we're going to evaluate different parts of the game,
I do it?
new snippets, more details on that soon, and more details on how to be part of these tests. So it's years out, early days. It's a long time process that we want to work with you on, but we're going to keep talking about it. And
I'm imagining like Donkey.
Yeah.
Pick me! Oh, pick me!
Miss Rene. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Grant.
My pleasure.
It seems like you guys got Yama going on back there, so can't wait to see what else you got coming in the next Behind the Sims. You're always welcome to my couch.
I'll be back.
Oh yeah, and then you did learn Simlish with me. I did that on my YouTube videos. Fucking thieving bastards.
Little Bob, it's Group Pedro.
And then we get an update on Sims Mobile. I personally don't play it, so I'm okay to skip. If anyone in chat does play Sims Mobile, let me know, and we can go through it. And then the same with Sims Freeplay. They've like added some new music to it and stuff, because they haven't updated music in there for a while or something. That's cool. I'm good with that. And then here we are. So from the last update, they told us we were getting infants, and now they're actually giving us deets on the update. So they're obviously showing us gameplay, although it does say not all images appear in game. So I don't know what the fuck that means. But just looking at it, some of these items are pretty much available in the game right now. I don't know about this basket or this little toy here, but yeah, the rest of it seems pretty much stuff we already have. And then these are the babies. I may have been busy again. What busy walks the babies? So these are the babies. Look, they're in a crib or a cot, wherever you call it, whatever you do. Stretching out, look. Because they've been asleep. You can pick them up out of the cot like we used to, guys. Do you remember when we used to be able to do this? This looks new. I don't know about the other stuff. Obviously the cot's new. It's a baby! It's a baby! This looks new. I'm wondering if this is changing stuff, because this looks like nappy items. So that looks new. But my first glance, I was
when mommy says stop, you say okay.
It's just a baby.
But you still had to say okay, mom.
I just a baby.
Ah, right, okay. I'll have a look at that in a second, mind. Yeah, so we've not got many new items, so this is why I'm kind of hoping that all this stuff is going to be a free update, like including the items. Like, I hope this isn't a stuff pack. Because you'd think if they gave us babies, they'd have to give us items to go with that whole new, what is it? What's it called? Life stage. With the whole new life stage, you'd think that they're going to give us new items to go with it for it to work and function, right? But yeah, my first impression, they look pretty much the same as toddlers. When I saw this, I was like, I was kind of expecting, when I think of infants, I kind of thought like 1 year, 18 months, and then toddlers, I suppose, is like 18 months to 3, 4 sort of age group. So to me, I was kind of thinking, oh, infants are going to seem really babyish. But they just seem like a smaller toddler to me. So yeah, this is them in CAS. So we've got quite a few things to go through there. I don't know if I can stop this quick. We got new hair. So this is the thing. I suppose if because some of the hairstyles that they use are very similar to the toddler hairstyles. So I think that's why it's throwing me off and they look very much like toddlers. But I feel like babies or infants do have like not a lot of hair, or the majority of babies don't have a lot of hair. So I expected to just have a load of like baby hair kind of things, but oh, would you look at that? Kira saves the day. Right, yeah, like this hairstyle to me seems very much toddler hairstyle. Oh, I'm not quick enough. We've got glasses for them. That's a baby hairstyle to me. That seems very, very babyish. And I love that little top. That's cute. I can use full stop. Oh, good. Frame by frame. But yeah, that looks very similar to a toddler to me. We do have snowsuits though. That snowsuit looks really cute. But yeah, like we've got helmets, so they've got accessories, little onesies. Look, that looks like a toddler. So I think they look very similar. Oh, and then we've got this that they're gonna show in more detail. Yeah. It's got a little tail on it. Okay, so you've got the cot on the left. You've then got some of these items, which I don't know if they're already in the game. That's obviously new. So I think infants are going to have their own toy. A bit like maybe the blocks. And so now we know you can hold them sitting down, which I don't think you can do with toddlers. So you can hold them sitting down and breastfeed sitting down and interact with them and burp them. You can feed them in a high chair, and they'll get it all over the face. And you can bathe them. Look, they're sat in like a little chair. I think this is all standard stuff. Yeah, I think I've seen that all in game. And you do peekaboo, and they can bite you. Now this looks like we're having some sort of party, little birthday party. This llama looks new. I think the balloons are already in game. Are these tables? I think they are. Are these tables already in the game? I can't remember now. But they'll use high chairs. Oh, and then this, they're saying we're getting some traits for infants. So infants are going to have their own traits. It looks like you've got a sunshiny one. This little worm, which I don't know if that means like wiggly. So I'm guessing this means like really happy, sunshiny child. This means like really wiggly and like wriggling baby. Or it looks like it's kind of different colors, but I don't know if that means it's also got something on it. Like maybe messy. I don't fucking know. But it could be like wiggly worm. And then I don't know if this, because it's a blob, does that mean like they're quite lazy? The tables, yeah, I don't think those tables are in there, but. And then these toys. I feel like I've seen that one before, but I don't know if I've seen these two. And there's burping baby, the clown. But it looks like it looks like you can play with the blocks. So they can play with the blocks. And you can startle them, they'll lay on the back. I don't know if that lamp was actually new in the background. That, I think that might be new. I've not seen that before. So you can tuck them in, do a little bedtime. But it seems to me like we're getting what we used to have with babies, but the babies are looking a bit like an in-betweeny of babies and toddlers. So I've got a feeling we're still going to have like the rubbish babies, and then they're going to turn into infants, and then they're going to turn into toddlers. That's what I'm thinking, because these infants look way too big to be actually babies. Like, we still need a newborn baby, but I don't know if this means we're then going to shorten the lifespan of a baby, and the baby's only going to be around for like 1 day or something, and then they're going to turn into infants. Because, yeah, God knows. But, and I don't know how long the lifespan for an infant's going to be. But they do just look like small toddlers. Oh, yeah. And it's coming 14th of March. So it is a Tuesday still. It is a Tuesday. So I'm thinking on that day, we'll do a Sims 4 stream and we can play with infants. So, yeah. They're coming on the 14th of March. Everyone was expecting it to be January, so we've got a little bit of time to go. Not a lot of people were happy about the wait. We were a bit like, are you joking? It's 6 weeks, I think, until the 14th of March.
It's the way I've literally stopped my current Legacies gameplay for this.
It is a Tuesday.
Your girl here is proud to announce a new life stage. Check out this behind the scenes look the team put together into the coming update.
Oh, yeah. And then they kind of show what some of the devs that have been working on it have been thinking about and what they've put into it.
From the very first days of this project, the objective the team rallied around was to surpass player expectations for freeing the babies. Now, our vision to accomplish that was to add infants as an entirely new age, resulting in a much more natural progression through Sims' early stages of life.
When you add a new life stage to the Sims,
It's one of these things like they're adding infants, but so many people have wanted preteens. Like they wanted a stage between kids and teenagers.
We tried a
so
lot
it makes
of
me
ideas.
wonder.
Some worked great, some didn't
Yeah,
work
some
so
of these.
great, and a few were just plain creepy.
We created a lot of new technologies.
It makes me wonder, are they going to add any more, or is this the only extra life stage that we're getting? And the thing is, I don't know if we're going to have to teach them things. You know how, like, in toddlers, we have to teach them to potty and walk and talk? I'm guessing infants are just not going to have skills, and they're always going to be just, like, rolling around their backs. Or maybe they'd have a skill to, like, sit up or something. I don't know if they're going to be anything actually interesting. I don't know if they're going to be actually quite a boring life stage.
Shoes, hair,
and if they're going to actually be quite a big lifespan, if it's just going to be like 2 or 3 days.
And birthmarks.
Yeah, here you go. So you got birthmarks as well. So you can pick birthmarks to put on them and then pick their teeth as well. So you can pick what teeth they have.
And
one area
which is quite cute.
Into was adding more ways
and
to
some people have said if you
socialize
pick a birthmark for the infant, does that mean that they're going to have that in the other life stages? Are we going to have birthmarks? It'd be interesting if we do. But here, I see what they've done here. They've kind of done a weird camera angle to make the toddler look quite tall in comparison. Because maybe they have thought people are going to say that the infants and toddlers look very similar. And maybe in this camera angle, they thought, let's make the toddler look really big in comparison. But it would be actually really interesting to see the size difference at a normal camera angle. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you'd think if they're going to add birthmarks to the life stage, they should really add the birthmarks to the others as well.
children, toddlers, infants, newborns, and yes, of course, even cats and dogs.
And
We
people
want
were
all our
saying,
Sims
like,
to share in the fun
how are the
when these
infants going to look if they're
adorable
baby
infants arrive.
vampires or baby werewolves?
Fun activities you can do.
Do they have
with
extra
infants
interactions
and
as a
create
baby,
your
like an
own
infant werewolf?
scenarios And adorable.
I'm geeking out, and we're not even done. Remember one of the
Yeah, this triggered a lot of people because this came out and they were like, oh my god, she's going to talk about the expansion pack.
expansion packs we teased at the Sim Summit? Well, we might, maybe, possibly, probably have more to share.
So yeah, then we thought, oh my god, they're going to go like a deep dive into this expansion pack. That's it. That's all we got.
Oh, we're just a wee bit early to the Michelson's house, so you'll have to come back on February 2nd.
So we're going to have to come back on Thursday to get an update on that. Cheeky buggers. Absolute cheeky buggers. We were all just like, why bother mentioning it? Why bother mentioning that?
Probably have more to share.
But so first off, new plant. The owls, they're new. New side table, looks like new curtains. I don't know if the windows and door is new, but this all looks new. Oh, fuck's sake, I know, right? But yeah, meet the family. So, because of the promotional stuff that they brought out at the beginning of the year, you know, where it was like all beige, it was like cream beige, and it would look like a family tree with the portraits on the tree. We think that this might be a Generations kind of expansion pack. It looks like we've got new clothes, new hair, but this looks like an infant. People were saying this doesn't look like a toddler, that looks like an infant. So we think it might be coming after the update on the 14th of March. So on the 2nd of February, I think we're going to get more information, but it is just going to be like a trailer or a teaser that they're going to bring out. I don't think it's going to be another summit. I think it's just going to be a launch for trailer. And we're going to get the game after the 14th of March. Well, game, expansion pack. But it looks like Generations. But yeah.
We're just a wee
that was
bit
it.
early to the Michelson's house, so you'll have to come
So it's the
back
Michelsons.
if you want to learn more.
Some people did also say that... oh, I didn't mean to do that. Some people did also say that this looks like a new neighborhood because this house looks new, because of the things that were mentioned on the promotional pictures. It's like a San Francisco typed village. It's very suburban. So yeah. That is it's coming later on in the year. Hey D, welcome on in. How are you doing?
It's been an absolute dream to geek
as well, because at the beginning we saw someone dressed up as the Grim Reaper pop out, and then the Grim Reaper's also on this. People are kind of thinking, are we getting a new death? And I'm thinking every expansion pack has kind of given us a new death, so I don't know if that's just granted or if there's going to be something relating to Grim coming in the new expansion pack. Like, some people said, oh, if it's Generations, are they doing like funerals? You know, because we got the wedding kit. Are we getting a funerals kit? And I was like, oh my god, that's a bit morbid. Are they doing something with elders? And I thought, that's really morbid. They're bringing up Grim Reaper and they're bringing up elders. But I don't know. I don't know if it's just because he's a sort of he's like a character that's been throughout Sims, that they've used him quite a bit. So I don't know.
It's been an absolute dream to geek out with you all, share with you Simmers and all the fun that's taking place across these franchises. And I
Babies with death.
See you all again in the next one. But remember, you gotta follow The Sims Freeplay, and The Sims Mobile across social to keep up to date with the latest news and the next behind the Sims. But that's it for me. Dog dog.
Yeah. That was it. So we're getting something in a couple of days' time on Thursday. But at least we know that they're keeping us up to date with playtesting. We're going to get some more playtesting. So I was quite relieved that they're going to keep doing playtesting, because I remember when stuff was leaked, I was really worried that they were going to withdraw. They were going to say, we don't trust the people that we've picked. We don't trust players to do playtesting this early on. There's too much hype over it. We're going to take that away from people and we're not going to do that anymore. So I'm quite glad that they've mentioned they're still doing it, because I was really worried that we're going to get a bit protective over it and stop doing that. And then yeah, we're getting the infant update, but it's in March. So I will do on the 14th of March a stream with a little bit. So you've obviously got the Golden Gate Bridge behind my head there. And then you've got like a lighthouse on the right as well. Let me see if I can sort of make this fit a little bit better. There we go. That'll do. And then you got Michelson Reunion, and then it's called San Sequoia. So I think that's the name of the map, the new world we're getting. And I think, yeah, it's to do with Generations or something. But they did kind of tell us, I suppose, in this picture. Now we know what we know. Well, we don't know much, but you know, now that it's kind of looking a bit like Generations and a new thing, and it's all to do with the expansion pack. This is the expansion pack. I'm ready for Sims 5. I'm ready. That's it. I want to play test Sims 5 for the rest of my life. But on that though, guys, let's get on into some Sims 1. I hope you enjoyed the update. I'll always keep you guys up to date, so if anything else comes out, you know I'll be putting it in my Discord. In the Sims chat. If you do want to be kept up to date, whenever I tag Simmer, you can react to the game role in the rules section. I've also just seen Martin's meme. Your first when you find out the Sims brought back the colour wheel. Yes, true! It's true, Martin, it's true. Oh, thanks, Martin. Appreciate it. Yeah, and there is my Discord if you want to be kept up to date with any Sims news. But we shall get on into some Sims.